Welcome back, everybody. Today is Tuesday, October 7th, 2025. Born on this date in 1952, actress Mary Badham of Birmingham. Remember, she was Scout in To Kill a Mockingbird. In 1962, country singer-songwriter Dale Watson, who's actually originally from Birmingham. Now, his family moved to Virginia before he was big enough to play a toy xylophone. In 1976, singer and American Idol champion Taylor Hicks of Birmingham. Today's National Propane Day. At first, I thought that was a celebration of Mason Miller's 104-mile-per-hour heater during the National League Wildcard Series, but it turns out that it's just a day that's pushed by people who would like to sell you more propane. Today, we have some ESPN Finebaum drama, more debate over Montgomery crime, a new bank in town, and a sheriff ordered to pony up quite a fortune. I'm Mike Morgan, and we're down in Alabama. Now, on Monday, the question went from will Finebaum run to will we see Finebaum on ESPN anymore? But it appears that we may not be seeing a big change after all, at least not yet. Last week, we talked a bit about an interview Paul Finebaum did with Outkick's Clay Travis, during which Finebaum said he's considering a run as a Republican for Alabama's soon-to-be open U.S. Senate seat. That's a decision that doesn't have to be made until January. Then Monday morning, Travis posted that ESPN and its parent company, Disney, had canceled all network appearances by Finebaum, who very regularly appears on the network. AL.com's Mark Heim confirmed the same. And while Finebaum has continued to host the Paul Finebaum Show on ESPN Radio and the SEC Network, he did not appear on Sunday's Sports Center or Monday's First Take on ESPN. That's a departure. However, ESPN Vice President Bob Hoffheimer called the reports totally false. Now, whether or not the reports actually were totally false at the time, ESPN/Disney obviously controls its own outcomes here. So if the VP is saying it isn't true, you might expect to see Finebaum return to his normally scheduled appearances. If you tuned into the Finebaum show yesterday, you might have heard caller Judge John start to ask about the situation, but get dropped mid-question. Outkick reported later Monday that ESPN had invited Finebaum back to his usual spate of appearances on today's ESPN programming. As you might have figured, that report included ESPN claiming Finebaum had been booked for those all along, and other sources claiming they were booked after this story took off. With the debate raging nationally over whether National Guard ought to be used to fight crime in cities, and a related one brewing in Alabama regarding ways to fight crime in some cities beyond the local police department, Governor Kay Ivey has made a related move in response to this past weekend's shootout in Montgomery. The shootout left 2 dead and 12 others with injuries, some life-threatening. AL.com's Mike Kaysen reports that Ivey said she's asked the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency to expand the area patrolled by state troopers around the Capitol complex. Their coverage territory would grow to include more of downtown Montgomery. Montgomery Mayor Stephen Reed then issued a statement calling Alabama's gun laws too lax, specifically a fairly recent measure that removed the permit requirement to conceal a firearm or have one in your vehicle. Just last year, Reed signed an ordinance passed by the city council to require those carrying concealed guns or have guns in their vehicle to have a driver's license or other photo ID. But Attorney General Steve Marshall's office said that by state law, cities can't regulate firearms. U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville, who's running to succeed Ivey as governor, has previously said he's open to having National Guard on the streets in Montgomery and Birmingham. Fifth Third Bank is expanding into Alabama with big plans for the Huntsville area. reports AL.com's Scott Turner. The Ohio-based bank has opened its first branch in Huntsville's Mid-City area. Over the next 18 months, Fifth Third plans to have 9 more branches open around Huntsville. It also is looking at 5 Birmingham locations. The bank's holding company, Fifth Third Bank Corp., announced it's buying Comerica for $10.9 billion in stocks. That will result in the 9th largest bank in the U.S., with $288 billion in assets, according to the Associated Press. And according to a report from the Alabama Department of Examiners and Public Accounts, Greene County Sheriff Jonathan Bennison spent $5 million from bingo operations he oversees for unauthorized purposes, reports AL.com's Mike Kaysen. The audit spanned from October 1st, 2018 through April 30th, 2024. The report said the audit will be sent to the state attorney general and district attorney for collection. Bennison didn't return a phone call seeking comment on Monday. Hey, don't forget to leave us a rating on whatever app you use if you haven't already. We're going to be back here again in the morning. Until then, y'all come by and see what we're doing anytime you can on the World Wide Web at al.com.